Welcome in, y'all, to another episode of Who's Together podcast, episode 16, and we're back. Quin's back.
I'm back, baby.
Missed Isaiah. He was very upset.
Man, I was upset myself. I don't think y'all understand how upset I was. Like, I had a conference to go to, and I was on Mountain Time, so I was not going to be the best to tell you time because we had 3 different time zones trying to meet.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work. I'm sorry. I was so upset. Like, I was hurt. Like, and I seen y'all post it. I was so upset.
But it was a good conversation.
No, it was.
We'll bring him back another time when we are in Charlottesville. Who knows? Because he's in Charlottesville these days. But yeah, that was a great episode. If you guys didn't watch that episode, go back, listen to it. He spoke a lot about what makes Tony Bennett who he is on the court and off, as well as his journey as a professional athlete and just where the men's basketball team is going now. We'll get into a little bit of that later. But Quin, what is today? Today's Monday, which means Championship Sunday just ended. Which means we know who will be playing in the Super Bowl.
About time, but man, I would tell you those games yesterday. I think the second game was way better than the first game.
Yeah, the second game was so stressful.
The first game was just, I couldn't even believe the stuff that was happening in the first game.
Yeah, so the Eagles beat the 49ers, and then the Chiefs beat the Bengals.
The Bengals. And most will say a controversial game. I will say.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking second game, I guess.
Yeah. Second game. First game was just horrible. Like,
blowout.
You were down to the running back playing quarterback at this rate.
Yeah.
How?
So second game, Chiefs, Bengals. Chiefs put out the win in Arrowhead. Mm-hmm. Controversial. Why do you say controversial? Is it the refs? Is that what you're saying?
That's all they're gonna blame is the refs all day. I mean, there were some calls in there that was kind of sussy, but
But there were also calls that weren't. So I'm like,
that's what I'm saying.
You always want to run back the tape when the ref messes up, but when they run it back and it's like, okay, well then that might have actually been an intentional grounding or whatever. Like,
I did. So that's crazy. So I just seen that this morning with the intentional grounding. Apparently,
and somebody thought I thought that rule was out.
Apparently, Mahomes did the same throw like a minute later, and nothing was called. Apparently, I was like, "Oh wow."
Well,
What's up, everybody? Remember, Bet Online remains your number one source for all sports betting this season. Everything from NFL playoffs to pro and college basketball, UFC, MMA, and more. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup information, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. With live betting options, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable right now. BetOnline is truly the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite leagues and events. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and receive 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure you use promo code BELIEVE to receive your award. BetOnline.ag, where the game starts.
The broadcast broke it down. They said that Burrow didn't have any. I don't know terminology for football, guys, so don't roast me right now. But Burrow didn't have anyone in the middle. All his receivers were on the outside when he.
Yeah, they said that, but
Kelsey was in the middle.
He was in the middle, but if you really look, I think one of the running backs, I think it was Mixon. Mixon was low key in the middle.
Okay.
So
maybe I didn't see that angle.
I don't know. I don't.
So who were you rooting for?
I don't know.
I'm always rooting for the underdog, and not necessarily like the Chiefs aren't the underdog, but in this situation they were. And
like, I wanted Juan to win, but I wanted Joe Burrow to go back and win it, just because like they made it so far last year, and like I just wanted to see them do it, just because I feel like
see them do it next year. Because this year I was so set on wanting to have the Eagles and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl that like anyone else, I'm sorry, you have to go.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted I wanted Joe Burrow. And I just wanted, honestly, I wanted those receivers
Yeah.
over there to win because I just think they deserve it, honestly. Like they started off rough this season and then like pulled it out to come all the way to that. I
Yeah.
mean, but I think it's a good game between like Mahomes and Burrow, anyways. Like
Anytime.
it's it's gonna be one. It's either gonna be Mahomes or Burrow. So it's just like it is what it is at this rate.
Yeah.
But you know,
And I wanted those two to be in the Super Bowl because for those who don't know, I'm from Jersey, closer to Philadelphia than New York. So the Eagles have always been my hometown team. I've never really been an Eagles fan, but you have to root for home when they make it that far, right? Like you can't really go against. However, my brother played for the Chiefs for 5 years, and when the Chiefs are playing anyone, I root for them. So I'm just excited to see these two teams in it. I want Philly to win. I would love to go home and celebrate with my family, but hey, it's gonna be lit either way.
I think it's gonna be great though. I mean, then on top of that, like you have those ties, and then of course, Juan plays for the Chiefs
Yeah.
and he plays for the Eagles. I actually have two other like I know a few other people. Kayvon Wallace, he's from Richmond. He plays for the Eagles. Josh Sweat is from Virginia. Well, from Virginia, he's from Chesapeake. Went to Oscar Smith. He's playing. Derek Nottie, that's in there too. He's from Virginia Beach. Went to Ocean Lake. So it's a lot of Virginia guys in there right now. So I gotta represent, and
You played
it's
with
good.
both Juan and Ant, right?
hmm
Okay.
I play with both, so it's cool. Josh Sweat, I don't know where Josh Sweat went. I'm drawing a blank. I want to say Florida. Nah, I know Derek Nottie went to Florida State.
Hmm.
Because he went to Ocean Lakes. Oh no, I was right. Josh Sweat went to Florida State too. So two Florida States, two UVAs, and
ACC,
then
baby.
Kayvon went to Clemson. So all ACC guys.
Yeah.
So I gotta root for them all.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great. Then on top of that, it's been what this is the first time two black quarterbacks are going against each other in the Super Bowl. So hey,
Perfect way to start off Black History Month.
that is funny. I did see that. I did see someone say like Black History Month is starting off perfect. I'm like, yo, this is hilarious. Like,
Yeah. Let's not jinx it though, because last Black History Month. Well,
yeah, it
we're
did.
not gonna get too deep. We're not gonna get too deep. But do want to say rest in peace, Tyree Nichols, and
Yes, absolutely,
those involved should be held accountable.
absolutely.
And that we got to change the system, man. At the end of the day, we just got to change the system. On to our men and women's teams,
Yep.
basketball teams. Quin, who we starting with this week?
We can start with women's just because I know they had a game yesterday, and it's just
we can start on a bad tip, end on a good
yeah,
tip.
yeah. That at this rate, I mean, I don't even think it's bad. I mean, the thing was, okay, we took a loss to Tech, for our women's, but I think it was a hard fought game. Like, because at one point they were down a lot. At one point,
Yeah.
I could be mistaken. I know I was trying to watch the other, like I'm trying to watch, get ready for these games coming on. But I just remember looking at my phone like, oh, this doesn't look good. But I mean,
But it was only a 9-point game in the fourth quarter once again.
That's what I'm saying. But we just got to finish, and I don't even think it's a bad thing. Like, yeah, we lost. Cool. It happens. It's what sports are for. Like, there's a winner, there's a loser. But like, I'm still proud of this team. Like, I'm still happy to watch this team and to see what this team can become. And I mean, I know it's kind of getting close to the end, but I think they're going to finish strong. I mean, I know, like you said, we're going to start with the bad, but it's tough. It's tough, but I mean, they've been doing nothing but impressing everybody and looking at
improving
that stadium,
Yeah.
and just seeing fans there, just like that shows a lot right there. That shows.
So I agree. I am proud of them. The season that they're having, the growth that they are showing, the adversity, like pushing through adversity, all of that. There's just some games that they, like you said, it really does comes down to finishing. And I think we said it in another episode where it's like they have adopted the culture that Coach Mox wants them to have.
Yes.
were able to get the chemistry under a first-year head coach. They're able to figure out roles, all those things. But we talked about it. When the ACC play comes, it's very, very hard to fine-tune and to correct things that you had made mistakes in prior games. Just because of the turnaround, you're preparing for another team every couple days. Like it's hard to just make those changes and adjustments under first-year head coach with a somewhat new team. So I say all that to say there are 7 games left in this season for the women before they get to ACC tournament. I said 20 games could get them into the tournament, NCAA tournament. Mm-hmm. So out of those 7, I got in with 19. Remember, they got it. They were a part of. They got the number 25 seed. So maybe they could get in with 19, right? So I'm gonna say if they can win 5 out of their last 7 games and then get an extra win in the ACC tournament, that would set them up for success.
I mean, I set the bar high. I got high expectations. You step out on the court, you better win. I don't even care. Let's win. Yeah. You got 7 opportunities, win.
Yeah.
All of them. Oh, well. I don't care who the opponent is, win.
7 opportunities. They could upset some folk. There's some ranked opponents that they have coming up. Like, this is the time to do it.
Literally.
Playing your best basketball going into March. So this is the time for them to turn it on. And I'm excited to see them do it. As we know, Mir McLean, their leading rebounder scorer, is out for the rest of the season, unfortunately. But they still have Cameron Taylor, who is leading the charge in points and maybe rebounds now. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Sam Brunel is still playing really well. She's shooting 40% from the three-point line. And it's not like she's just shooting 1 a game. Like, she is 34 for 85 shots this season from deep. So we got to do it. We got 3 players averaging double digits. If we can get a 4th in there, that would be beautiful.
We're gonna be good. Like I think they're gonna be good. They're gonna finish strong, and that's it. That's all we have to do. Just
period.
Finish strong these 7 games, and like you said, build that momentum going into March. Like build that momentum going into March, and then after that, just give it all you got. This is it now. At this rate, this is the back half of the season. It's time to go.
Yeah. Ain't nothing else to do but to do it.
At this rate.
For the men, on the other hand, they have been continuing their win streak. I believe they have won 6 straight now, 6 or 7 straight. I'm not sure.
Something like that, or 5, 6, 5, 1 of the 2.
3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-game winning streak. They just won against Boston College. In the beginning, though, I was watching the first quarter and I was like, what is going on right now? Like,
it looks sketch.
Well, BC had a really good start, but they were up by like 9 or 10 at one point in the first quarter, and I was just like, what's going on? And then when I checked back in, we were handling them pretty significantly. So I'm not too worried there. They do have a game coming up today, which when the time this comes out, the game would have already passed. We would have already beat Syracuse. That is at 7 p.m. So, and then after that, though, is Tech. So
it's at Tech.
Yeah, it's at Tech.
Right.
We've already beat Tech this year by 10.
Yeah.
We can do it again, I'm sure.
We always do this weird thing. Is like we'll beat them once in the season, and then the next game we lose. It never fails.
Yeah,
it never fails. Let's just win both games, please. Let's just win both games.
Yeah,
please.
Coach Bennett, I think the last time or when Zay was on, he had his 400th win. So congratulations to him, of course. For those who didn't watch that episode, I think something that people, so I posted the clip about, I think I asked Zay what makes Coach Bennett just so like successful at life, like period or whatever. There are people who commented and were just like, how did he miss it? Like, it's his faith. And I want to just clarify that I don't think when Isaiah answered that question, I think he was saying like in regards to him winning so much, like literal winning games, like it is because he has created a culture. He has created a system within Virginia men's basketball where he treats his players really well, so they are going to show up for him every day. So I think when I asked the question, he might have twisted it and turned it into like a basketball way rather than a life way. Yes, we know that Stephen is faithful. He relies on his relationship with God, and everything that's at the center of everything. But I don't think that's what Isaiah meant when he was answering that question. So yes, just wanted to clarify because I'm like, don't come for my bro.
Yeah, literally. Like we know Tony Bennett, like we all know that. But I think, like you say, like it just was him, like, you know, that just was just showing like how, like we talked about the culture and like how a coach can impact players. Like yes, he has a strong faith, but you know, his strong faith is to teach these kids and like these adults to be where they want to be. And so they gravitate to that. So when they see, okay, he shows up every day, we got to show up every day. And so that's pretty much probably what he was saying. It wasn't like, oh, just diminish like his faith or anything. Like, no, you're just saying this is what we think and how I feel about it. And that's it's okay. Like everyone knows it's his faith, but it's okay, guys. Like, I mean, we appreciate you commenting and stuff, but like,
yeah. Another thing for men's basketball, which is so different, is that they're